Comrades and friends, brothers and sisters, do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Let me ask you a question. Does the true will philosophy really for you represent the book of the law? I'm asking you this because you will notice between you and the book there are many things that after an attentive investigation and consideration you cannot be that sure that these are truly related to the book of the law. The true will philosophy, magic, mysticism, the Anist doctrine, all the other organization, the Holy Guardian Angel, the Holy Books of Telema, all the other books of this kind, and many more. But are all these really desirable when at the core is the book of the law itself? Do these spring from the book? Do they explain it? Do they shed a light on this subject and make our life comparatively easier? Or maybe these are all filters, veils between our individual original approach and the book itself. So let me invite you to adopt this attitude. Since the book of the law is so dense, so unbelievably dense, let's not add anything else to it, or at least not anything major that takes us far away from it. Let's leave it as it is, the first in order of importance. In doing so, none of us can run the risk to overcomplicate a book that is already impenetrable. So, the true will philosophy, insofar as it's related to the book of the law, it should be considered like what it really is. Somebody else's approach and understanding of the book that not necessarily will resonate with you or me, nor does it look like springing from the book itself. Indeed, try to give the book to the best minds of Harvard and Oxford, and beyond the initial amusement and puzzlement due to the book's irrational and fantastic character, none of them will reduce the book to a single philosophy. And if so, we can doubt they would come up with something like discover your true will message to encapsulate the book. Instead, did we ever ask ourselves what is for us the real meaning of the book of the law, beyond the suggestions and teachings that its scribe left to us? Did you ever explore wholeheartedly the jungle of meanings and absurdity with a new, fresh vision? Or rather, are we displaying the proclivity we all have to follow the beaten track, the old, the safe path? So try that yourself with a single simple act. Erase from your mind everything that you have done magical, mystical so far, and open it on the book of the law, like if it's the first time ever you open the book or you heard about the book, and let's see what happens. Oh, I would be so curious to see what you would come about with time. You see, any of your interpretation would be priceless if it comes entirely from you. And I would witnessing something new at last, new, engaging, interesting and fresh, something new that comes entirely from you, that is based on your own human experience and says a lot about who you are. So, in this way, in actual fact, you yourself are the key of the book of the law. Your life, when you live the book in a new experimental way, without attachment nor aversion, in your way, your life will become the comment itself. I will come back to the comment in another video. Coming back to our original topic, mind you, I'm not saying that the true will philosophy is not useful if you happen to resonate with it. My point is, we cannot boil down the complexity of the book of the law to the unidimensional explanation provided by the philosophy of true will, especially when the book doesn't look like forwarding any philosophy of this kind. This constitutes a limit, but there are no limits at all. We impose them with the application of our moral categories and theories, but they are all illusion. So, do what thou wilt is also do as you want, is also do as you like at any given moment. Every impulsive pleasure, every vice are all expression of yourself. Doesn't matter if you think they are useless, meaningless, pointless, or even harmful towards yourself, as long as you are aware of them. We are as we are, and we must love also the shadow in ourselves. We must see an expression of Telema also in the caprice of the child that is still in us. Otherwise, we will limit the extension of the law on what we believe is right and wrong. There is no right or wrong. The law is for all. There is no such a thing as true and false will. Again, all these are filters. You don't need any other person's filter to engage in the book of the law and use your own creativity to establish a link with it. Like, you don't need Leonardo da Vinci's explanation of the Mona Lisa in order for you to love the painting and through it build yourself a link to beauty, accomplishment, and superb artistry. Just open the book yourself, and if you go to it completely empty-handed, you will find the book is a key to the stars, a stargate for an inner revolution where you will allow the fire of your core habit to emerge freely, not adding elements, systems, or philosophies to it, but losing them. For this video I have done. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, write a comment, and subscribe. There is a lot more to come. And loving you under will, let me remind you, there is just one way, and that is your way. Ciao.